8.1 in Algebra 1. Here's the contact email, and 8.1 add and subtract polynomials. Here's the standard. Staple your classwork. If you don't have enough room, students, on your sheets, staple your own paper to it. 38 points for the classwork sheet. No note points on this lesson. Bell work here, students, as you come into the classroom, or this is a good warm-up if you're homeschooling. Start here. GCF here, and then here. Oh, looks like order of operations, huh? Here's your answers. I didn't want that to happen. Add and subtract polynomials. You've added and subtracted integers. You will add and subtract polynomials. So you can model trends in recreation, as in example 7. I think that's in part 2. This is part 1. If you want part 2, you have to get the course suite. A monomial is a number. A monomial is a number, a variable, or a product of a number and one or more variables with whole number exponents. The degree of a monomial is the sum of the exponents of the variables. The degree of a non-zero constant is 0. The constant 0 does not have a degree. So here's a cool table here. Monomial, degree, not a monomial, and reason. For 10, degree 0 for this number 10 is a degree 0. Not a monomial. This has got 2 terms here, so it's not a monomial. This is 1 term. Reason, a sum is not a monomial. The reason why is because we have this operator right here, the addition sign. Monomial, degrees 1, so we have an implied degree here of 1 on the variable here. Two over n is not a monomial. So we have this fraction bar here. A monomial cannot have a variable in the denominator. So this right here, the variable here in the denominator, makes it a non-monomial. Monomial, and the degree is 3. We have 2 here and then 1 here. 1 plus 2 equals 3 for a degree. Not a monomial. Why is that? A monomial cannot have a variable in the exponent, so we have a variable here for the exponent. Then negative 1.8 m to the 5th degree monomial, 5th degree. X to the negative 1. The variable must have a whole number exponent. A negative number is not a whole number. Okay, a polynomial. A polynomial is a monomial or a sum of monomials, each called a term of the, so we have a bunch of monomials here. That is a sum. Term of the polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is the greatest degree of its terms. So we have a degree here of 3. This will be the degree of the polynomial. When a polynomial is written so that the exponents of the variable decrease from left to right. The coefficient of the first term is called the leading coefficient. That would be here, the 2. And then the constant term, guess where that is, class? There's your constant term. So that's really kind of breaking down a polynomial into its different leading coefficient, degree of polynomial, and the degree. Rewrite a polynomial. Write 15x minus x cubed plus 3 so that the exponents decrease from left to right. Identify the degree and leading coefficient of the polynomial. Consider the degree of each of the polynomial's terms. The degree here is 1. Degree is 3 for negative x cubed is 3. And the degree is 0 here for the constant. The polynomial can be written as negative x cubed plus 15x plus 3. The greatest degree is 3, so the degree of the polynomial is 3. Here is your greatest degree here, so the degree of the polynomial is 3. And the leading coefficient here is negative 1. You have a negative 1 out in front here of the x. Our first guided practice here on this lesson, 8.1. Write 5y minus 2y squared plus 9 so that the exponents decrease from left to right. Identify the degree and the leading coefficient of the polynomial. So here is the original polynomial. The greatest degree is 2, so the degree of the polynomial is 2. And the leading coefficient here is negative 2. Here's your leading coefficient right here. Binomials and trinomials. Now we're going to get into trinomials. A polynomial with 2 terms is called a binomial. A polynomial with 3 terms is called a trinomial. Identify and classify polynomials. Tell whether the expression is a polynomial. If it is a polynomial, find its degree and classify it by the number of its terms. Otherwise, tell why it is not a polynomial. Expression, is it a polynomial? Classified by degree and number of terms. 9. Yes, it's a polynomial. Its degree is 0 because it's a constant, so we have a 0 here. 2x squared plus x minus 5. Is it a polynomial? Yes. Second degree trinomial because of this leading term right here. Coefficient's 2, and then the degree is 2. 6n to the 4th minus 8n, 8 to the nth power. No variable exponent, so we have a variable up here in the exponent. It means it's not a polynomial. Same thing here, we have a negative exponent, so that classified as a non-polynomial, negative exponent. Then 7bc cubed plus 4b to the 4c. Yes, it is a polynomial. 5th degree binomial. So the leading term here has a degree here, which should be right here. You have b to the 4c to the 1st power, so that'd be a 5th degree binomial here, actually, because b to the fourth c to the first power. Our next guided practice here, tell whether y cubed minus 4y plus 3 is a poly. If it is a poly, find its degree and classify it by the number of its terms. Otherwise, tell why it is not a polynomial, and do the same thing. This is for you students down here. Do this one on your own. Y cubed minus 4 is a polynomial because each of its terms has a whole number exponent. We have 3 here, 1 here, and then 0 over here. The greatest degree is 3, so the degree of the poly is 3. And then our homework. This is our homework for 8.1, add and subtract polynomials. Vocab and writing. Copy and complete. Is 6 a polynomial? Explain why or why not. Rewriting polys. So identify the degree and leading coefficient of the poly. Same thing here. Identify degree and leading coefficient of the poly. Same thing here. Just a little bit more. We have 4 terms here, 3 terms here. Multiple choice. Classifying polynomials again. Classifying polynomials again. So have fun with these, students. And ordering information. You can order the PowerPoint or the video here. Bye.